When it comes to Minecraft, there is no shortage of mods, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be looking at some of the most underrated mods I could possibly find. And we're starting off with Brick Throw. This is such a simple mod, but I really like it. It just allows you to throw bricks. That's all it does. It lets you throw bricks. You can throw bricks at mobs. Can I hit the cow? I think the cow's too far away. So we can throw bricks at mobs, and it gives them a little bit of slowness. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just a brick. I don't expect a lot of damage. I can't hit this cow because I have terrible aim. But what you can also do is break glass with it. So now you can break into people's homes. And you can break a maximum of 3 glass blocks when you throw a brick. So if you have 4, it's going to stop at the 4th one. So you can only break up to 3. So let's say, for example, you want to break into someone's house. Well, you can do that. You can just smash open the window, and then you can break in, steal all their bread, and then do a runner, and they'll never catch you. Never. Now, this next mod is called Don't Turn Me Around, which is obviously to do with boats. And typically, when you park your boat against the edge of a block, you have to manually reverse it, then turn it around, and then you can set off on your destination. Boats are incredibly awkward like that. And what this mod does is completely removes that element. It just allows you to instantly set sail, which is a very useful mod. It's such a simple mod, yet it's such a massive time saver because now you don't have to awkwardly turn around. You can just jump in the boat and you're ready to go. No longer do I have to awkwardly turn around in a boat. I can just head off straight away, and it's brilliant. For this next mod, we need to go into the Nether. This should be fun. So, while we're here, let's just go say hi to a few piglins. Hey guys, what's up? That's not very nice. So this is where this mod comes into play. Gilded armor. You simply combine your netherite armor with gold. And then we get ourselves some gilded armor, which, I might add, looks pretty cool. Although the helmet looks absolutely terrible with my skin. And we're once again just going to drop down. Now, the hoglins are still probably going to want to kill me. They most certainly are. Scary hoglin! We're friends now. We're buddies. Although I do wonder if I attack them if they're going to become angry. Yeah, okay. They still get angry at you if you attack them, so maybe don't do that. Okay, you can stop now. You can stop now. You can stop now. So yeah, I like this mod. Big fan. Pretty cool. Admit it, you really hate it when you have to go in a dark, scary cave in Minecraft. So we've got to place torches absolutely everywhere. Now, of course, I also have the mod Lamb's Dynamic Light installed, which is a very popular mod. Most definitely not an underrated mod. But it's just to sort of emphasize the point of this mod I'm about to show you. You might have noticed the tools that are in my hotbar look a little different. That's because they have torches literally attached to them. And I think this makes so much sense. This makes sense to me. I think this is a very cool mod. It's such a simple idea, but it is extremely effective. No longer do you have to wander around in the dark when holding your tools. And then if you shift right click, you can place down the torch. And then you can also repeat the process and pick it back up and place it back onto your item, which is just really useful. This is just a very useful thing to do. I am a big fan of this, and it also consumes the torches you have in your inventory. Again, pretty cool mod, and I'm all for it. Now, before we move on to the next mod, there's something very important you must do, and it's called the subscribe button. You should do that. You should hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, helps out a ton. We are making huge strides on this channel already. We are rapidly heading to 2,000 subscribers. I have been on this channel for less than 2 months. I am nearly monetized. This is insane. I just also wanted to briefly thank you for the incredible support that we've been getting lately. I'm over the moon. This channel has been going significantly better than I ever anticipated. Thank you. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure why this isn't already a feature in the official game. Typically, when you go into powdered snow, you obviously start to freeze, and to jump on top of it and not have to freeze, you have to wear leather boots. But unfortunately, there's no way to combine leather boots with other types of boots. But now we have the leathered boots mod, which you just simply pop in the leather boots and the diamond boots to get diamond leathered boots. And then you simply put on the boots, and now we can jump onto the powdered snow and not have to worry about freezing to death. Now, we all know crafting wooden items in Minecraft is an absolute nightmare. You want to craft a button, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Where does all that wood go? Look at how much wood is here, and this is what we get. This tiny button, this absolutely tiny button, this turns into this. Where does all the wood go? And that's where we get ourselves the Nemo's woodcutter. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's exactly like the stone cutter, but it works for wood. So if we want an oak button, we now get 4 per plank, which is a lot more generous. This is very, very generous and a little bit more realistic to what we should actually be getting. Although the boat doesn't make a lot of sense. So you're supposed to tell me I get all of this from all of this? That doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me. So I'm not completely on board with this one, but the rest of them, yes, these are good. I just made 54 doors. I didn't mean to do that. Now, this next mod isn't really useful for the average player. This is more useful for content creators. This is the Straw Statues mod, and it is honestly one of the best mods I have ever used for creating thumbnails. Most of the thumbnails you see on my channel have been created with this mod. This is the rotations tab where you can rotate any body part and place it in any position that you like. If you want to have the weirdest, wackiest positions possible, then you can do that. There are also specific poses that have already been set for you, which can sometimes be quite useful. I tend to use these quite a lot. But as you can see, we currently just look like a hay bale, which can also be changed in model parts. You can go to here, set a player name to take from the statue skin. So if I set my own player name, you can see I now have another me in the world that is very formal. I am looking extremely formal. But you can also change this to anyone. So if I wanted to change this to Nafi, I can do that, and I now have Nafi in my world. If I want to change this to my friend Cringy, I can also do that. I can say it's a Cringy Girl, and now we have the lovely Australian seagull. You can also change the scale. Now we have a giant Cringy in the world, and then we can also have a really small Cringy. But then we can also give the model equipment. Now Cringy is holding a straw item. Oh look, we have a gilded chestplate. Let me just pop that onto Cringy. How useful is that? Just being able to put armor on things, like, this is such a good mod. Is there anyone in Minecraft that enjoys crafting hoppers? I don't think there is. Hoppers are just one of those items that are not only a pain to craft, but also rather expensive. And I found a mod called Wooden Hoppers. It's pretty simple, and the crafting recipe is also incredibly cheap. It requires a single chest, and then some oak planks. Although the only drawback with this mod, you don't get 5 slots like you do in a regular hopper. Instead, you only get 1. But this is perfect for early game. You can just simply pop in the item you need to filter, and then you can filter 1 item at a time. And just a quick side note, you can craft these hoppers with any wooden material. So there's also some color variation. So you can actually color code your hoppers, which I think is kind of fun. So this has a lot more functionality and implementations than you might expect. So one thing I've not tested is if you can actually lock the wooden hoppers. So typically this is how you'd lock a hopper. You send a redstone signal to it, and then if we access this hopper, we can't transfer any items out of this hopper. This hopper is not going to transfer anything until we remove that redstone signal. Now the items are being transferred back and forth between the 2 hoppers. So I want to test if I can actually do this with the wooden hoppers. I've not tested this. I don't know if this will work. If this does, then these are actually really, really cool. Okay, it does. So they function exactly like hoppers. They just are made of wood. Have you ever been in that weird position where you don't know how to outro a video? That's the position I'm in right now, so I'm just going to outro it like this. I've never done that thing where you do an outro and then you cut yourself off mid-sentence.